just want to share a few tips with you. I'm not a makeup artist, but you know, I do know a little something something, so I just want to share it with you guys. Now, the first thing that's so important is to have great makeup brushes. Now, I got this from Rite Aid. It cost me like $10.99, and it has, you know, a brush. It has actually a few brushes, like, you know, your usual, you know, brow brush. This is what I use for my brows and my liner. And then this is what I use, you know, for the, you know, just to fix those brows. And then, of course, it has, you know, the applicator for the, you know, I don't know the technical terms, but this is what I use for my eyeshadow. And, you know, then it has a couple others that are of great use as well. I don't use all of them, but I'll, you know, give you a little idea of what I do use. First, I always start with my eyes. I know a lot of makeup artists may start, you know, with applying the foundation, but I save that for last. So I get one of these primers. A lot of people don't know about it, but it helps me out a lot because I have to wear makeup and have it stay on for a very long period of time, about 9 hours or so. So I usually apply this. Now, it may look like I'm kind of looking down a little bit because I have to see my reflection to actually apply it. So this is what I do. I first start with my primer and I go across the entire eyelid. I do the other side. It may feel a little awkward at first, but you know, I do it. Got the hang of it, and this is a tip that I learned from another makeup artist. Other stations that I work for, of course, they have makeup artists, and you know, I always ask a lot of questions and get really good tips from them. So I'm going to start with this little brush here. This is what I use for my eyeshadow. And I start with the base. I actually try to use at least 3 different eyeshadows. I'm going to show you. Okay. The base, I like to kind of, you know, match with whatever I'm wearing. You know, some people don't like to do that, but I like to make my makeup a little fun. Okay, so this is what I use. I apply a little bit. This is kind of like a purple that I'm using. Kind of matches my top a little bit. So I start with the base right there. I try to keep it simple too, because I get my time down to about, you know, 10 to 15 minutes. You know, I do have my little princess to worry about right now. She's, you know, with her dad off in another room, and I have my me time in my mommy cave. So there you have it. Okay, so that's my base. And then I have this other brush that I use. It's kind of like a I use this for my crease. It's just like a different, it's a little bit skinnier on top. I don't know if you can see it. Get a good look at that. It has a little bit of makeup from when I used it before. Another thing you want to do is, you know, wash your brushes often. I got to stick to that rule. So you don't want to get like bacteria to settle into it. Okay, so this is for my crease. This is what I do, and I apply it like in the middle. And I have a large eyelid, so you know, those of you with small lids, you can maybe stick to, you know, 2 colors instead of 1. You know, and dark-skinned girls like me, don't be afraid to use color. I love using color. You know, it doesn't matter how bright, you just have to apply it the right way. Okay, so that's the crease. And now I use another makeup applicator, another makeup brush. It's like almost like the one that you just saw, just a little bit smaller, the bristles anyway. And I use this for my lid. And I usually use a lighter color for the lid, a darker color for the crease. I don't know if you can see that. Darker color for the crease. And any makeup is fine. I go drugstore, you know, you can go to department store, whatever you want to do. And I put it right in the crease. And of course you want to make sure that your eyebrows are, you know, waxed and plucked and well shaped. Okay, so there you go. And I get this down to 10 minutes. It may take me a little longer today because I'm kind of doing and talking. It's kind of like a multitasking for me right now. Okay, so you have that. And what I like to do is use a liner. Now, you can use different liners, but I like to use a powdered liner. Some makeup artists, I learned a little trick that they actually sometimes wet this because they find that it can apply a little bit better or different, but I just use it straight up. And it's a little, it's actually black, it's almost gone, I've had this for a while. And I just apply it to the lid, I mean, like, just at the bottom there. Just take the advice that I've learned. Some you take. I mean, I don't expect you guys to take everything I say and run with it, but you may find that, you know, you don't like this kind of liner. You may want to get a regular liner, pencil liner. That's fine. You know, there are no rules. Okay. And then I have my mascara. Okay. And I just put a little bit on. Give my eyes a little pop on the top. And again, I like to do my eyes first. I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with, run. I mean, some people may want to do their foundation first. Okay, and then what I like to do, the key to great makeup is blend. A lot of people don't know that. And I have this brush with like really, it's a really fat bristle brush, as you can see, and I just go over my entire lid and everything and just blend, because you don't, one thing I hate, just skews me out, is when I see makeup with the lines. It just looks horrid. It just doesn't look good, you know, I have to admit, it doesn't look good. And don't be afraid to play around with different colors, and sometimes it's good to practice. I mean, I practiced a lot, you know, before with different makeups and different colors, what worked well for me. I mean, later on, if you keep sticking with my video blog, I'll show you the smoky eye and also great summer fun looks that you can take advantage of. Another thing I should probably mention is that I like to use matte makeup. I don't like to use that high shimmer stuff. I mean, it's good for the teenagers if you're, you know, really young in your early 20s, going to the club, you know, dropping it like it's hot, whatever. It's great for that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying totally stay away from shimmery stuff if you're, you know, older, in your mid to upper 20s or 30s or 40s or whatever. It's just, you know, just be careful with how you apply it. That's kind of the rule of thumb, at least for me. Now what I like to do is apply the foundation, okay? And when I apply the foundation, I like to use these sticks. And a lot of makeup, you know, different makeups have the sticks. I find that it's just easier. I just kind of draw all over my face. And just go like that. It looks a little weird, funky, I know. But I like to do it like this. And another thing is that I use this because this gives a little bit more coverage. I mean, you can get something like more compact where you don't have to worry about, you know, this is almost gone, but you don't have to worry about it being too thick. I use one of these little spongy things that I get at like any drugstore, and I just kind of rub it all over. I use like just a lighter color foundation, and this is what I do. I don't know if you want to call this contouring, but I go underneath my eyes with it, you know, just to kind of give a little highlight. Maybe that's what I call it, highlighting. So just a little highlight, nothing too crazy. Do a little highlighting. My husband is not a big fan of makeup, so when I go out I go lighter, but you know, for what I do, I gotta do a little heavy. You know, it gives my cheeks a little bit more definition. It acts kind of as like a concealer, you know, especially if you have dark circles under your eye. You know, just use you can use a concealer, or in my case, I just like to use a lighter colored foundation, and I even go down the nose with it. This is another trick that a makeup artist told me. It's like nice contouring, and don't forget, blend. That's key. Okay, that's what I do. And then I just take loose powder with a brush and see, one of these big brushes. And just kind of go all over my face with it. Just to kind of help the makeup to set, take away some of the shine. Matte, again, matte makeup, you know, matte is in no shine. You know, you go to the drugstore, you get either matte finish or a gloss finish. For me, I like a matte finish. Nothing too shimmery for TV. Just need it to be simple as possible. It may look like I'm done, but I'm not quite done yet. So I have my little brow brush that I like to use, my liner brush, and I just go over my brows. I fill them in a little bit. I use whatever excess that I get from putting my liner on, and I just kind of do that with my brow. And that's something I'm also trying to get down pat, is just like shaving my eyebrows. Right now I just go to the Koreans, pay $5. They just wax it, and I just try to keep it up. But if you have any tips, please share them with me. I would love, love, love to hear. Okay. And now I take my same liner, my powdered liner that I love, and I go underneath. This is going to be a little tricky because I can't really see myself much. Sometimes I kind of tear up too with it. Put as much or as little as you want. I got like a good amount. And again, if you rather use a pencil, like, you know, the actual eyeliner pencil, that's fine too. I just like using the brush. I just find it, I can manipulate it a little bit more. I just put a little bit there. Okay. And then I take my mascara and I get the lower lashes. You don't want to forget that. And this is just like a basic makeup that I like to use. I actually also put on a little blush. For me, there's no secret. I just take it. Right now I'm using this color. It's like a real red. And I just go like this. Just give a little smile and just kind of do that. That's it. I don't like a whole lot of blush. I'm not a big blush fan. And I just go back over with my brush. Not a big lipstick fan either. But what I do when I do put lipstick on, I tend to stay away from lipsticks. And I do gloss instead. I start with a lip liner and I go around just a little bit here. This is like a burgundy color. I even fill in the bottom because I have two-tone lips. Don't make fun of me. And then I have these cool colors. This one I have today. It's kind of like a purpley, sparkly color that I just got. You could, again, get anything from any drugstore. And I just fill in a little bit. Go like that. And then I use a little pink. This is another cool thing I learned from one of my makeup artists. Never forget her. She always put on like multiple colors. So I do the lip liner, I do the base, and then under here, just in the middle there, she always had me do this. This is just like a light pink, just to give a little highlight. And boom, you're done. And there you have it. Actually, I'm not quite done. I usually put on lashes. You know, great for TV, gives definition to the eye. And I will show you that in one of my next vlogs. So you got to tune in for that. I got to keep you watching. So don't forget to keep coming back and learning great makeup tips. And don't forget to share your own, because we can all learn from one another. And please keep reading my blogs and keep checking me out. And share your makeup tips too. Bye.